Over the past few years, Berkshire Hathaway has been growing their cash pile to record levels, and this has got many questioning whether the Oracle of Omaha is seeing a big economic downturn just around the corner. Berkshire currently holds around $377 billion in cash and short-term US Treasuries on their balance sheet. And to give you an idea of how that's grown, 5 years ago, that number sat at just $142 billion. But what's interesting is that this increase in cash has largely been from selling down the Berkshire portfolio over the past few years, particularly lowering their stake in one of the Magnificent Seven companies, Apple. Yes, selling down their portfolio in favor of short-term US Treasuries. 3 years ago, Berkshire's portfolio sat as high as $363 billion, but today they've reduced it by roughly $100 billion. Now, maybe it's just prudent investing, selling high, but interestingly, Buffett has been changing his language slightly over the past few years, and it's these next couple of quotes that's really got the value investing community wondering if Buffett sees something coming.
Things aren't attractive, and there's certain ways that can change, and we'll see whether they do. But I don't mind at all, under current conditions, building the cash position. When I look at the alternative of what's available in the equity markets, and I look at the composition of what's going on in the world, we find it quite attractive.
So what's the deal? Is Buffett holding out for some sort of market correction or a crash? Well, not exactly. It seems as though his moves are just consistent with his strategy. For example, he bought into Apple when it had a PE ratio of about 16, but today that number sits up at 36. Now, that PE value is demanding a lot from that business over the next few years, so it makes sense for Buffett to take some of those enormous profits. But seriously, $377 billion on the sidelines? Seems unnecessary, and it is, but this is more the result of Buffett not being able to find opportunities at the current time rather than selling down in preparation for a crash.